Today you're going with me to get drive-through COVID tested. Oh my fucking god, what is this person doing? So basically I get tested almost every week, I'd say. I get tested before every job that I do. I get tested after every job that I do. Today I'm getting tested for a job I'm gonna do on Monday. And they're also gonna have rapid testing on site at the job, but they want us to get tested before as well. And the place that I go to, it's drive-through testing, so it's super easy. You don't have to get out of your car. You don't have to interact with anyone. It's great, and it's free. So Los Angeles offers free COVID testing. You can pay for rapid testing where you get the results in 15 minutes, and that's like $150 or $200, but I just stick to the free testing and you get your results in 24 hours, so it's pretty great. And I know that you don't have access to this kind of testing everywhere, so I thought I'd bring you along for the ride because it's kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know, part of the new normal. And if you're wondering why I have my mask on in my car, it's because once I have my mask on, I try my best not to touch it. So if I don't need to take it off, I don't. I only take it off if I'm going to eat, but it's not often that I eat when I'm not home. Like if I'm at a job and it's our lunch break, then sure, I'll take my mask off to eat. But that's like one of the only occasions. If I'm out of my house, I have my mask on at all times. Here we go. I have to show my code to these people here at the front, and then they tell me where to go, which is to the left. And you must wear a mask at all times because you do have to open the window at a few points to talk to people. Everything is set up here to the left. It's a pretty big operation they've got going on. And they're also offering flu shots now for free, which I'm not gonna take one today. I'm gonna get my flu shot later. Usually this doesn't take long at all, like maybe 40 minutes tops. If the line is super long, like I've been here where the line was out the door, well, not out the door, but onto the street, took like an hour. But I've been here where there was one car in front of me and it took me like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Now we turn and this is where the magic happens. And they have the line going through the parking lot. They do kind of like a windy path for you to get to these lines over here, which is where the testing happens. So I usually just listen to podcasts while I'm going through this line. You know, not much to do. Now you get to a point where you show your code to a person. There's 3 lanes. She told me to go to lane 1 here. Seems to be the emptiest one of them, which is nice. So I've only been in the other lanes where the little tent is on your left, so they just hand you your test kit. But since it's here on my right, they have someone that comes out and hands it to you. So you give them your code, they look you up in the system, and then they give you your test. And the test begins now. So here's the little kit, there's a little instruction leaflet, and then the little tube that you put your test in, and the swab. So what you gotta do is remove your mask and cough 3 to 5 times. Then you break it off, then you put it into the little tube, close it up, you shake it 3 times. And that's it, it's done. You put your mask back on and you put it in a trash bin. That's their collection bin. And that's it. And then you get your results online. They email them to you. Super easy. I actually had a surprise gig today. So last night someone contacted me at like 10:30 p.m. asking if I could assist them this morning. So I did that, and then I spent the rest of the afternoon answering emails and editing the Beetlejuice video. And now I'm going to take a shower and I'm going to get my stuff ready for my gig tomorrow. And this is what I actually wanted to show you guys. So yesterday was part of the prep of going to work, which was getting COVID tested. That's part of the new normal now to go to work, is you have to go get tested every time. And then the other part of the prep is getting your kit ready. So my kit is basically ready, but I do have some brushes that I want to clean, and I always repack my kit depending on the gig. I always change out certain products. So I'm going to do that, and you'll get to see me pack my makeup, organize everything, and it is separate from my makeup in my little makeup corner. I have a whole other separate makeup collection for my professional makeup kit. So I'm just gonna go wash my hair before it gets too late and too cold, and then we can get to packing. Okay, so you saw my personal makeup nook. This is at the other side of my bedroom. It's where I keep my professional makeup. That's my clothes drawer. That's Adam's clothes drawer. But around it, I keep my stuff. And please ignore the stuff that's on the ground. I was going through some things. But basically my kit is this Zuka bag and this little bag here. And then I also have set bags, but I always bring this to every job. And then I'll bring set bags if needed. And I store all my makeup in these 3 drawers. You can't see there in the corner, but there is a set there as well. So before every single gig, I have to go through my kit and see if there's anything that needs to be changed, anything that needs to be swapped out. And then here on top of the drawers, I have different kinds of bags. I have set bags, I have backpacks, I have containers. Now with COVID, I'm keeping everything basically in plastic bins that can be easily labeled if it's dirty or if it's clean. So right now I'm gonna go through my kit. I'm pretty sure I have everything I need, but I'm gonna go through it and repack it, and you'll get to watch this process. So I've brought you down to my level. I always sit on the floor when I'm doing this. I honestly hate packing with every fiber of my being, just packing in general, be it packing to go on a trip, or packing to move, or packing my kit. I just hate it. But it is an absolutely necessary part of my job, and I can walk you through a little bit of my process. So first off, I'm going to check what's in the Zuka bag and see if anything needs to be added or changed. But anyway, the bags that I take depend on the job that I'm doing. If it's a film set where I need to be on set touching up people, I will always take a small set bag where I can put everything that I need for touch-ups in here. If it's something like a photo shoot where I'm most likely doing makeup in the same space where we're taking the photos, then I don't take a set bag because I don't need to carry my things to a different location. I also check if I have enough clean brushes or if I need to clean some. I do own a lot of brushes, so thankfully I'm not gonna have to clean any brushes today for tomorrow's job. I'm only doing 3 people's makeup tomorrow, and I have enough clean brushes for that. And before, I used to carry my brushes in brush tubes, and that's what everyone had. But after COVID, I've switched my brushes to these pencil boxes from Michael's. They're like $1, and I label them. The clear ones are clean, and the pink ones are soiled. My special effects tools and brushes are in a blue one. So this is where I keep my brushes now. They're super easy to wipe down and sanitize. They're great, they're stackable. I love having these in my setup. I also bought the smaller version for disposables. So I have my Q-tips, my disposable mascara wands, disposable lip brushes, eyelashes, things like that. So basically I've taken everything out. Also, in here I've got my eyeshadow palettes, and I have some more palettes in here, but I've actually been avoiding using powdered products because of COVID. I've been trying to work more with cream products like the Danessa Myricks Color Fixes. I can just dispense them onto a palette and work off of the palette and then throw it out. The palettes I use are artist palettes. They're like these paper palettes that you can work off of, and then when you're done, just throw it away. In here I also had gloves, which I don't really use. The Makeup Union actually advises against using gloves, believe it or not, because gloves tend to give a false sense of security. And so they advise to just not wear gloves and constantly wash their hands, because when wearing gloves, people are less likely to swap them out as often as they would wash their hands if they weren't wearing gloves. So I do use these only for very specific things. I don't use them that often. I have a little metal tray for my setup. I've got a little mat for my setup as well. I've got a bag with all my liquids, my alcohols, my sanitizing sprays, moisturizer, makeup remover, little things like that. And now, because of COVID, I tend to carry a lot of Ziploc bags with me in case I need to have like a makeshift actor bag or something. If I'm working on a person, I'll put their products and their brushes in here and then label it and have that be their little bag for the day. Keep everything in here until I'm able to sanitize them and put them back into my kit. So there's a lot of precautions you have to take. I honestly already took these precautions pre-COVID anyways. I haven't really had to change anything in terms of how I perform my job. I've always had a really thorough cleaning regimen with like my brushes and my products. So it hasn't really changed. If you watch my previous Vlogmas, you know that I was brought up a germaphobe. So, lucky for me, I already had huge stashes of hand sanitizer and rubbing alcohol and all that jazz. Got myself some disinfecting wipes. Oh yeah, I forgot. I took stuff out of this little bag as well, which I took to my gig this morning. I didn't have to take my kit, but I did take kind of like an essentials bag, and I had the wipes, I had Q-tips and disposable mascara wands, I had alcohol, things like that, I had wipes. So I didn't have any makeup products, but I had essentials that you need to perform your job as a makeup artist. I also had a little mini can of hairspray because you never know when you're gonna need it. All right, all that being said, I think I've taken everything out of the Zuka. I've seen that I have enough brushes. I can put everything back. I just need to refill my little cotton pad thingy majiggy, and the cotton pads I like to get are from Daiso. It's $1.50 for a box of 90 cotton pads, and they're rectangular. I quite like them. We are good to go. I can start loading this back up. Also, during this video, I'm not gonna go super in depth into what products I have in my kit. If you want to learn about my core products that I can't live without, that I take to every single job, and if you want to learn how to build your kit little by little, I highly suggest signing up for my Patreon. I have a whole video just dedicated to that subject. And I know that building a kit is very, very daunting. It's taken me so many years to build the kit that I have. So I do give some really good tips on how to build your kit slowly, just with core essentials that you can use to basically do anything and that won't cost you an arm and a leg. Oh, I know that I said I kept my brushes in these boxes, and that's all my eye brushes, but all my face brushes, I keep it in this big bag just because I can't fit a lot of them into these boxes. So I just have this bag for my big face brushes and powder puffs and disposable sponges. Another thing that I did is a while back, I bought a ton of the Wet n Wild brushes because they were like 50 cents or 30 cents a piece, and I'll have these in my kit and use them as disposables if need be, or I can give it to the person whose makeup I'm doing. They can keep it at the end of the session. I have a bunch of sponges that I do that as well. I bought these imitation beauty blenders, and they're I think like $1 each, and I'll use that on a client and then I'll give it to them at the end of the session because you can't clean beauty blenders 100%. It's not the most sanitary thing. So I don't use them unless I'm gifting them to the client afterwards, and I can't afford to do that with actual beauty blenders. And I actually really, really love these dollar ones. They are really, really soft. I'll leave them linked down below. They're great even if you're not a professional makeup artist and just want a good sponge. So I've got some soiled brushes in here that I'm gonna take out of here. They're in a little Ziploc, and I'm gonna put them in my big soiled bin over there, and I'm just gonna take these empty ones to set with me tomorrow. And that's my Zuka packed. Now I'm gonna open this up just to make sure that I have everything. I know that I do, but I just always like to double check. I also had a powder mishap recently in this bag, so I need to check that situation. This is where most of my products are. I've got all my foundations, all my concealers, all my powders, all my cream colors, all my lipsticks, all my glitters and extra eye stuff, my skin prep, my Danessa Myricks colors, eyebrows and eyelashes, and then extra things that you always end up needing. I recently transferred my powders into these spice shakers. Comes in a little tray that it's kind of hard to get out of here, but here, I've got my powders labeled. Goes from lightest to darkest, but recently it like spilled all over the inside of this bag, and so I don't know if this is actually a thing that I can have in my kit or if it's going to spill on me every time I take this out of the house. I'm going to try again tomorrow and see and just like hope for the best, but here it is. Voila. I really like this bag because you can fit everything that you need to do a full face. You can literally just have this on you and then maybe put some brushes in here in this like little envelope, or on the top here I have some palettes. Oh, I don't need this. This is an alcohol activated palette. See, this is why I always want to open my kit to see what's in here, to take stuff out that I'm not gonna need. So I don't need this. That's fine. I probably don't need most of this, but I'm gonna keep it in here anyway because you never know. And then there you go. So you can literally fit everything that you need to do someone's makeup in this bag. I'll also leave it. Oh, did this spill again? This keeps spilling and it keeps making this dirty. Okay, I'm gonna take this out of here because I had to clean this up once and it looks like I have to clean it up again. This is just the final seal that I lost the cap to it, and so it's, oh, that's gone. Anyway, this is my beauty kit, and then whenever I need special effects stuff, I obviously have to grab it and fill another bag with that. And now I'm also going to pack my hair kit. Okay, I decided to switch over to my iPad so that you could actually see me and I'm not cut out of frame. Need to put this back on Zuka. This lamp is like super in the way, but anyway, I live with it here. Oh, I gotta go downstairs. So now I have to put these things away that I took out of my kit. This is special effects. It goes in that corner over there. And then this is dirty. It goes in this big old dirty bin. And then I'm going to eventually get to cleaning all of these. Now for my hair kit, this is my clean stuff. This is my soiled stuff that I do have to clean actually. And for my hair kit, I think this set bag is pretty much packed for hair. So I just need to double check to see everything that's in here. These are all my products. I've got pins and everything, roller pins, flat iron, curling iron. I definitely do not need a waver. Probably don't even need the curling iron. I will take a hair dryer though. So I'll take these out. All my hair stuff is in this top drawer here. It's kind of hard to open it because of the weight of the stuff that's on top. But I've got my hair dryers and things in here. I just have products. I just need a basic hair kit, not doing anything too crazy. And then I need this stuff and the dirty stuff. I'm gonna repack this because it's a little messy. Clipped onto a bag, just clip it here. And then I just have to put away all this stuff. Oh, I do have to take this too though. So now I just have to go clean this stuff, and that's my kit pack for tomorrow. It is now December 7th, and I just wanted to show you guys my setup. This is after I've done everyone's makeup, and I've got their brushes in the little bags. And I can't show you any of the set, but I figured I'd show you at least my little setup.